Broncos country, let's survive. 21-17 victory over the Jacksonville Jaguars here. They moved to 3-5. Jags moved to 2-6. The Broncos snapped their 4-game losing streak. Russell Wilson in this matchup, 18 of 30, 252 yards, a tutty, and an interception. This wasn't that great of a game from both sides. What stood out to you though, Aaron, in this matchup in London?
I don't want to say I was impressed. That's going to be a stretch. No, it's going to be a stretch. But I thought Russell played okay, and especially in the second half. I thought they got things going. I thought it started slow, but I think they got things going. So I did like that. I saw obviously the Denver defense is really good. The Jacksonville defense played really well for the most part, but this came down to a more experienced quarterback and team to a less experienced quarterback and team. That's really the difference in this game. I thought that late drive that Russell put together for the win, I'm like, okay, that's what we expect from a veteran quarterback that you're paying $240 million to. The experience paid off, and I'm going to continue to say it. When you are an inexperienced football team, these are the games you lose. Week after week, the defense lets you down. You have a lead, 4 or 5 minutes left, and you need to stop them. The other team just says, you know what, we got a veteran quarterback. We're going to do what we do. We're going to drive down the field, and we're going to score. And then what that does is it puts a lot of pressure on Trevor Lawrence to be great. And he's not ready for that yet. He's getting better, but he's not ready to go down and just lead game-winning drives week after week. That's not where he's at in his career. It's his first year under Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson's still getting a feel for him and how he wants to use him. And so they lose those games. I come out of this game with positive notes really for both teams. The Broncos needed a win in the worst way and some positive affirmations going forward, and they got that. And then the Jacksonville Jaguars, they continue to be in games, and it's like 1 year we're talking about the Vikings last year, right? Oh, they can't win any close games. 1 year later, what happens? They're winning every close game. The same thing with the Giants, right? So I think it's a positive step for the Jaguars. We're going to continue to look at the result, but I think we're too driven on the results instead of looking at the process and how to become a great football team. So I thought both teams end up leaving this game and leaving London with a positive mindset of, we've lost 5 in a row now for Jacksonville, but they've been close. They're in every game. They're almost there. And it sucks as a fan, but that's the reality of where this league is at. It's always a one-possession game, and you got to find ways to win it at the end. And they're young. Yeah. They're still learning.
We talked about it at the beginning of the season with the Jaguars. This is what was going to happen. You're going to be we expect you to be closer in games. You're not winning the games. You're not being able to finish those games off, but you're right there. Every single loss the Jaguars have had this season, I believe, has been a single-digit loss. I'm trying to locate my notes here. I had it in my notes, and I just completely lost it. Oh yeah, all 6 of the Jaguars losses this season have been by single digits. So I got that note right. But that's a good thing right now. That's like, losses suck. They do. It sucks. And like you said, from the fan perspective, it sucks. And it's wild to me to think about, like, everyone is so doom and gloom with the Jaguars because we've seen so much failure from this team in the past. But no one wants to reset things. No one wants to reset. New year, new team, new coach, new everything. No one wants to reset after a miserable Urban Meyer year. People are forgetting where the Jaguars were at last year. So
that's the world we live in. Everybody wants results immediately. It's unfortunate that that's not the way this works in this business. There's so many positive things. Like, Trevor Lawrence is so much better than he was last year. I was just about to say Travis Etienne.
I got you.
First-round draft pick that some people did not like that they took. He's been balling out, and if he's healthy, he's shown he can be an elite running back. I just think they're very underappreciated because the wins are not there. But I think that we're looking at a team that is just getting started. Doug Peterson is going to do a good job. He is going to get this team right. You give him another offseason with a franchise quarterback to work at, to get him more experience. Trevor Lawrence is going to read more defenses this year, know how to approach them next year, not make the throws in the red zone that he's made this year, not make the throws late in games like he's making this year. And then you see those losses turn to wins. So the defense is young and talented, and they're still learning. They're bad penalties at bad times, which again young teams make. I think there's so much positive. We have to start looking at that and not so much of the negative, because they weren't going to win a Super Bowl this year. Everybody, newsflash. So they might not win a lot of games, but guess what? When they don't win a lot of games, what do they get? Another high draft pick. What do you do with another high draft pick? You get more talent. So
it's hard to. You froze here. I'm going to jump in. It's hard to say. Like, it's hard for people to be patient. Oh, all we heard was
ahead.
it's okay, and you're right. But I was gonna say, I was gonna say that, like, I get it. It sucks to lose, and we've been losing for quite a long time. But this has been the most excited I have been for a Jaguars team moving forward. I mean, Devin Lloyd is arguably right up there with Sauce Gardner as Defensive Rookie of the Year. You're seeing, like, whether you like it or not, Trevor Lawrence has improved this year in terms of his efficiency. He's still making some bad throws, but he's much more efficient than he was last year. You're seeing the investment in Travis Etienne. You just keep adding and keep building. Go out and draft a wide receiver in the first round next year. Go out and make more moves. Keep building this team, and you're set up for success. And I do like the direction the Jaguars are going.